Hey all, and this is the Knights of the Eternal Flame event. This is a light commander event and immortal killer. I've made up a few teams to start with. I'll start with the first team here. So this team is basically boosted by high performance unit area. The idea is to get the battle skill for that up to boost up the other cards. They're not overly effective Immortal Killer cards, so I'm kind of lacking Light Commander Immortal Killer cards if I'm being honest. The Afterlife Alliance is the lead card. This spawns quite a few power gems. It also has the 300% damage, 600% HP for all Light Commander heroes. So that's quite a useful card to have as lead when you're mixing in other cards. This could be potentially good later on in the battle as it spawns a lot of power gems. Near the start it doesn't spawn too many though. And now this is the card you need if you don't have the event deck and you need the killer skill. Mine is unfortunately only one pink star, but it still does the job with the 400% boost that's needed with the killer skill. So that's the first deck. There we go. I thought it had crashed then, but no, it has actually worked. The second deck is kind of a weird mix actually. Pay attention to the relics on these teams. You need relics that break immortal shields. This is why I have a couple of dark relics on the teams. As you can see, this breaks 2 shields, and then the other dark relic also breaks another 2 shields. With shields on the grid, your damage is reduced by a significant amount. So let's talk through this team. Afterlife Alliance again as the lead card. And now I have 2 cards that counter thorns with this team. There's the first card, and then the other card is this one here, Helen, or whatever you want to call it. Even with 2 thorns counters, the solo boss is still being a bit of a pain, especially the Corellium solo boss. So this is quite a good card to have on the team as well. It has that passive afterburn that increases the damage by quite a bit actually. It also spawns quite a few power gems. And if we scroll over here, this is just another Immortal Killer card. I may swap that one out actually with this team. There's no Immortal Killer boost. Even though the problem without that card is I won't have the killer skill. So I don't know yet. I probably may need to keep that in. If I get the event deck, I will obviously swap that card out for the ultimate form from the deck. Then finally, this is basically the Afterlife Alliance deck with the card you need for the killer skill. I just don't really like this card. I would like to swap it out, but there's nothing else that has the killer skill, unfortunately. Well, apart from the event deck, but I don't have that yet. You never know, though. I might get the deck. I have enough coins to do so. So yeah, this all improves the empowering dance, and that's where all the light power gems are from. I believe this card also has a damage immunity, well, almost damage immunity. When I've used it, it's pretty much stopped me from taking any damage, but it only says up to 24% of damage here, so interesting. That's not quite what I thought it did. But anyway, this is the team I may use for the Crusade maps. I think it's probably the quickest one to get through them out of the teams I have. So there we go, that's the decks I made up to start with. None of them are super effective, but it's a good start. I've not opened the vault yet, so let's get on and do that and see what I get. Alright, and here we go with the vault. Before I start opening the vault, I will just show you that I do have enough coins to get both of these cards if my vault pulls are not very good, which is pretty likely if I'm being honest. Okay, let's wait for that guild boss to disappear off the screen and let's get opening. I'm going to do the first 3 tiers of the vault. Let's see what I get. Okay, let's just skip that. That's just junk. Kind of expected. So here comes the extra support and 2 vault cards. Let's see what I get here. Okay, so tier 2 again is looking like junk. So here we go then, tier 3. Let's see what I get here. My final tier of the vault I'm doing. Well, 1 decent card. I'm pretty happy with that. Unfortunately, nothing else of any interest here apart from the relic. That's not too bad though, in all fairness. At least I actually got something out of the vault. Unlike the usual absolute junk that you normally get. So I think I'm going to use the coins to make this event deck. Let's just have a quick look at it before I actually make it. So it is a gemfall deck, which is kind of weird. It also has a damage reduction. Just reading the card. Creates level 6 light power gems, so yeah, I mean, this could be quite good. I don't know. If I use high performance unit area with this deck, it might actually do a lot of damage. I don't know yet. It's definitely a deck I'm going to need to experiment with. But hopefully it'll be more effective than my current decks, as I really am struggling with solo bosses. Alright, so I have actually made up the ultimate form now. Before I go any further, let's see what I get from the random 6-star hero. I'm hoping for the main event hero, as I have the deck. I didn't get it, so I'm going to need to buy tier 4 of the vault after the event to get the shiny hero. So I'm going to go into Crusade with a non-event deck. Then after I have done Crusade, I'm going to try and make up a team using the event deck. So this should actually be really easy. It doesn't really matter which one of my teams I use as well. Just pick any card and then let's have a look. Which team should I use? I think this one is probably going to be the most effective on the Carillion map. So here we go. Alright. So this should actually get through it really fast, with a bit of luck anyway. You see that HP on the team, it's just over 6 million, so yeah, this shouldn't have too many problems. Do that on the first turn, and then second turn I think the best thing to do is use just this card. And then start spawning the large amount of power gems from Empowering Dance. If that makes sense. Even though I think it's actually just killing the enemies without needing that. Not sure how it would do on the boss. Probably won't be as effective, but the normal enemies, it's just flying through them. So when I get this deck, I should be able to beat the Carillion maps pretty quickly, hopefully getting me an absolute ton of keys. This is having no problems whatsoever. I definitely need a better team for the bosses, though. That's where I'm having the main problems. Yeah, let's just use all the cards, and then there's a big power gem over there that I'm going to match, and this will hopefully just kill it straight away. Yeah, no problems. Nice and easy. Boss defeated. So, yeah, I should be able to get through the Carillion map really quickly. Getting an absolute ton of keys, even without the event deck. So what I'm going to do now is try and get a solo boss up. I'm also going to make a team based around the event deck. Hopefully that will be good enough to get through the solo bosses, as with the other teams, it's taking me 2 to 3 attacks. Mainly due to thorns. Alright, so here we go with a solo boss. I have set up the event deck. I'll just show you what I've set up as the event deck. Scroll across carefully. Here we go. So I put the ultimate form as the lead card, the Destined Duo. It's kind of a weird deck, this. Gemfall actually does surprisingly decent damage, but maybe not as effective as some other decks, if I'm being honest. The ultimate Knight Commander Harmony is quite useful, as I have 2 other ultimate forms on the team. Then there's the other 2 cards from the event deck. With the Starborn Sentinels, as I've mentioned earlier, it has the Afterburn effect, which is useful. And then if we scroll over, the Afterlife Alliance, which is also another good card for the damage reduction and extra power gems. So let's give this a go on the Carillion solo boss. I have enough relics, so hopefully there's no shields as well now. And you never know, this might kill it almost instantly. We'll see. The HP to start with is pretty decent. The main problem here is thorns. So I'm hoping thorns does actually get countered. A little bit of loading hanging there. Not sure why it's doing that. There we go. Thorns did counter. That's always good. So let's start the Gemfall off. Yeah, there's quite a lot going on when I use this deck. Let's see how much damage this does. Wow. Wow. That was good. That was really good. So that's killed the boss in 1 attack. That's so much better than what I was using before. That's just obliterated the Carillion solo. So yeah, I want to give this a go on the guild bosses as well. I'm going to have a go at the diamond and see just how effective this is. I'm going to hit the next diamond if no one else is hitting it. Otherwise, I'll have a go at the Carillion. Just claim the ruby up as well. Let's see what other people are hitting before I hit anything. I think let's have a go at the diamond. I'm hoping I'll get a hit off on this. This has poison and alacrity, or whatever it's called. Alacrity doesn't really do anything. Poison, though, could be slightly problematic. Someone else is hitting that, so I'm just going to tag it. I might hit the Carillion boss if no one else is, or if someone else is anyway, just to see how much damage this actually does on the guild bosses. I'm sure it will kill a ruby guild boss in 2 turns with no problem. No one is hitting the Carillion boss, so here we go. Let's go in and hit it. So poison is the only thing that may cause any problems on the guild boss, since none of the cards use turn delay. Should not be that bad. I think the guild bosses are actually easier than the solo bosses. which is why we're flying through the guild bosses so quickly, but this should be interesting anyway. Right, so no one else is hitting it. Let's see if I can finish this off. There's a lot of gem crushing going on with this deck. One thing to note. Then we have the gem fall afterwards. So yeah, that's the damage it's doing. That should be no problem for the diamond boss. The Carillion boss, a little bit harder, but yeah, I think I can do some nice damage this event with this team. Poison's gone now, so... Oh, well, that's the end of the guild boss anyway. Yeah. It's pretty effective, though, as you saw. The damage is good with this deck. You just need other ultimate forms to go with it, so you get that 25% boost each Light Commander ultimate on the team. But yeah, I'm looking forward to using this deck. It's going to make the game a lot easier, or should I say the event a lot easier. And there we go. That's the bosses and the Crusade. Alright, so now I'm going to have a look at the event rewards. The pace here is pretty fast. We're already rank 1 and I've only been up for a few hours, so yeah, this is good. This is really good. I'm hoping to get a good finish this event. Maybe even top 30 global. Depends how long I can not sleep for, basically. Well, here's the collection anyway. It's a TPG collection, so yeah. Probably one of the worst collections, if I'm being brutally honest. The gloves are useless, as you can't easily get the items. You need to upgrade them. Well, upgrade them past 6 stars anyway. You know what I all mean by that. And you normally get enough coins anyway, so yeah. Not a good collection, but I've already finished it, so it doesn't really matter. If I go on to Legends and the rewards. So this time around it's a Dark Warden. This is actually a good Warden. It has Weaken on it. So, if used with the golems, that could be really effective. Or used against the golems, should I say. If you have a light and dark mix, this is definitely a card you want to consider putting on the team. Or even if you have an all-dark defense. Most defenses are used to try and counter the golems, so having a weakened defender on the team could be extremely effective, actually. So yeah, this is a very good Warden. And definitely one worth fighting for, in my opinion. And there we go. That about covers this event video. If you have any questions or suggestions regarding this, please let me know in the comments. It's actually been quite a tough video to record, as I've had to sneak in tags on the guild bosses whenever I get a chance. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and thanks for watching.